It's never a dull moment in this office. There's always somebody running around doing unusual things like filming in the office, and it's just like, whoa, okay, this is a bit strange, and it makes it a fun place to work. Yeah, there's never a dull moment.
I felt like the product was really interesting, and it sounded like a cool opportunity to be part of a new team and also part of a relatively new company.
You know, it's a pretty small company. It's the size of where you can just about know everyone else in the organisation. That's really nice. It's nice to be able to walk into the kitchen and actually know everyone. And Masabi is pretty sensible, I think, about hours and flexible about where you're working and stuff like that, which also suits me in my slightly kind of disorganised life.
Culturally, fantastic. It's very pleasant to be a part of an organisation like this. Inspiring, a lot of energy, fun place to work.
I think when we were coming in for interview after work one day, and I remember thinking that what was explained at Masabi was that like the culture here was really good, and people were very friendly, and I didn't feel lots of pressure, and it just felt very attractive for me. It's felt very comfortable in the process. Like I didn't feel like I had a spotlight pointed in front of me, so, you know, asking me 1,000 questions. It was very comfortable dialogue.
The office in general is pretty conducive to having fun. It's quite a relaxed environment. There are lots of different places where you can go and work and eat and chill, and so it's a comfortable place to be. Masabi seems to be a place where people are constantly learning from each other and enthusiastic about seeing new and different ways of doing things.
Many of the problems that we face and the solutions that we're having to find, we are kind of working together as a team to come up with innovative ways of solving the problem. So on a daily basis, we are coming up with ideas to fix small problems, big problems, and then getting to implement them.
So working at Masabi has been interesting for me. You know, I have quite a long history of software development in various different places, and people in a lot of places talk about the notion of self-organising teams, but I think Masabi are pretty close to actually realising that kind of dream. So I've worked on 2 different teams at Masabi. Both of them felt like the individual members of the team were pretty much empowered to decide what the team did next and why they did it and what the priorities were. So I really enjoy that aspect of it.
I think I've broadened my horizons. I originally came in just to do mobile testing, and I soon learned that obviously that's not going to be the case in a good way. I now learn SQL, I'm learning more about environments.
I'm learning new things all the time. At the moment, I am learning API testing for automation, as well as UI automation for Android and iOS devices. So I feel I'm constantly learning something at this job.
Masabi seems to be a place where I'm going to learn a lot, and people seem very supportive of that. So that's why I'm excited to be here, and I'm also excited about the product that we make, and everyone seems pretty enthusiastic about it and people believe in it. So that's always a good feeling to have when you go into work every day.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling because you're actually building something and you're a part of something. You know, you're not just going to somewhere where it's already set in stone about this is what we do. Here at Masabi, we know that what we've got is disruptive to the market in a good way. You know, we're changing people's lives for the better. And to see that change and to see the joy that you bring to people and go, yeah, do you know what? I did a bit of that. I helped do that. That's actually quite a nice feeling.
I mean, for me, it was a complete change of direction. I felt probably I was a bit of a wild card, really, because I'd not been in the world before. I'd done a lot of testing, but not like we do here. And then to get into that world, and I'm surrounded by kit, and it's all very exciting, and you know, I feel really lucky, actually, to have got a job here.
The developers in my team care about the code quality and do things despite the pressure in order to ship something that they believe in.
It's great when you do a job that can really impact people without having to be too smart or too clever or too difficult to understand. And it's one of the first jobs I've ever had that my mother's understood, where she says, what do you do? It's like, I make it so you don't have to wait in line to buy your transit ticket. And I think for many of our programmers and other developers and designers, this is one of those products which really makes that daily life difference. And it's a privilege to work with the big cities and agencies we do to make that change.